Now the second tofali is development. And I've been telling people that development has two parts. There is the economic infrastructure, such as the roads, the power, the telephones, water, the railway. Those are economic infrastructure. Then you have, on the other side, social infrastructure, schools, health centers. The two of these constitute enkulakulana, development. And in a message which I'm sending to the villages, I'm giving some details of all this. The roads, how many kilometers have we done, the schools, the health centers. This is the second tofali, the one of enkulakulana. The third one is the one of fighting poverty. And not confusing poverty with, not confusing development with the fight against poverty. Because you can have development, but you don't have wealth. People in Kampala, there's a lot of development, but there are poor people there. These ghettos are found in the towns. So that's why we separate wealth and make it separate and say every home must get wealth. And then, so that is the third tafari, so to show you Ugandans where jobs come from, because it's a big confusion. You find some people think that jobs should come from the government. Wakarani, just clerical work. Jobs, in my view, jobs should come from wealth, mainly from wealth creation. Agriculture, manufacturing, services, ICT. That's where the jobs are. And I've been able to show them to you on the screens in the public rallies. So that is tofal number 4. Tofal number 5, which I don't normally get time to talk about in the rallies, is service delivery of wearers. Wearers can be many types of wearers. Security service. That's it. If I provide security, that's it. I have rendered a service. Entertainment is a service. Education is a service. Health is a service. Governance is a service. Judicial justice is a service. So you people, you the citizens, you can audit one by one, and you see how the service, element by element, has been extended to the Ugandans. If, for instance, I look at the health service, immunization has gone very well. That's why there's no more polio, no more measles. So that one is really like 100%. But the curative side, the treatment, now some issues. The issues of stealing of drugs and so on. For treatment, for vaccines, no problem. But for treatment, there is some issue. So you can go item by item and you judge what the NRM has done. Like in the health, I told you, part of it is excellent, part of it has some issues. Then you come to freedom of speech. Oh, that one is 100%. Because they abuse everybody. So that's service is tafari number 5, because NRM has extended so many services to the population of Uganda: freedom of speech, security, education, health. All these have been much more than in the past. So that is the 5th one. The 6th one is economic integration of East Africa. Because the danger you Africans are in is failing to know who will buy your products if you produce on a big scale. But you don't hear people talking about that. They're talking about other small things: power, elections. But if the country settles down, like Uganda, and starts producing on a big scale, who buys all these products? We already have a surplus of maize, a surplus of milk, a surplus of cement, a surplus of sodas, surplus of soaps. So the issue of the market is very crucial. And NRM took the lead when we came from the bush, engaged with Mzee Moi, Mzee Mwinyi of Tanzania. That's how we brought back the East African community. And you can check how much it is helping us in terms of taking our products. Suppose it was not there, what would we do? You should assess that. So that is number 6. Number 7, if we do economic integration, it will deal with the economy. It will create a market for our products. But how about the defense? How can Africa defend itself? As we talk, some of the people in the world are on the moon. They are going to the moon. For us, we are here. Those people on the moon are looking at us like insects. Like you see these ants which eat sugar. You see them, they don't see you. You can bring doom anytime and you spray them. Now, it's very dangerous for Africa to be in that position. But the way we are now, we are so fragmented. Can Uganda alone have a space program? Or how can Uganda have a navy? Because we don't even have a sea. And our people who are near the ocean, the burden may be too much for them. So that's why we say, if we want to defend ourselves, economic integration is for prosperity. To create a market that buys our products on a big scale, and we get rich. But that does not solve the problem of security. You can be rich but vulnerable. So that's why we say no, we need to go beyond economic integration and go for political integration. The formation of the East African Federation. The Federation of East Africa would bring together our countries here and would be a very strong force, even militarily. It will create a center of gravity for the black race. You can have small countries in the world, but they normally have a center of gravity. There are smaller countries in Europe like Denmark, but they have the United States. So when they're in trouble, the United States is the one which rescues them. Who can rescue Africa now? Who can? The other time Libya was attacked by foreigners, and we were just here looking. So therefore, in order to guarantee our future, we need to look at the issue of the political integration of West Africa. We are always talking with the Kenyans, with the Tanzanians, with Rwanda, Burundi, South Sudan, Somalia, Congo. But all of you, the young people, should engage in discussing this with all the other East Africans. So these are the 7 matofali.
Okay, Your Excellency, another question I have here is that in 1998, you directed that the 48 villages in Mayuge district should be given back their land were displaced by the National Forest Authority. Your Excellency, till now, your directive has not been executed. What could be the problem, Your Excellency? And we hear allegations, Your Excellency, that there are some people in your government acquired the land titles on this land, Your Excellency.
They will have to, somebody has told me about that. I will check and they will have to answer. Because the land is, you know, these corrupt people are not clever. Because that land is not in Congo, it is not in South Sudan, it is here.
Yes, sir.
So we shall check, we shall check. We shall check. And if we find it is true, then they will be answerable. And the people should get their land. But what I was told was that the delay initially was because Forest Authority was saying, give us, when we take forest land, we normally compensate, give them equal land somewhere else. That's the practice. So initially the delay was, yes, you have degazetted our land, give us equivalent somewhere else. And my people did not have the equivalent somewhere else. But now they have added on the issue of this corruption. So we are going to sort it out. Prime Minister was here, she told me about it. We are going to find it out.
Okay, thank you very much, Your Excellency. Let me hand over the microphone to my another moderator who have some questions to ask the President.
Thank you, Your Excellency. We have 4 questions. The first is from Mr. Dabada Yusuf. Please go to that microphone at the front. State your name, your media house, and your 1 question, please.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. My name is Dabada Yusuf. I work with 88.6 Busoga Royal Radio. It is within Jinja. Your Excellency, Busoga sub-region is one of the regions whereby people use wetlands for economic activities such as rice growing. There is a directive that you need these people to vacate the wetlands. My question is, what is the fate of those people who have been using the wetlands for a longer time to earn a living? What will be next for them per your plans and organization? Thank you, Your Excellency.
I am an indigenous person from this area. I have been here for the last, I don't know how long, my clan. So we always use the wetlands. We use the wetlands. The question is, how do you use them? In the past, like in Tungamo there, we would use the wetlands to get materials for roofing. Those of Togo could be used for roofing houses, for making mats, then we would use the grass for mulching, ebigugu. There are grasses called ebigugu for mulching the gardens and thatching the houses. Then the Bakochi, one of the tribes of Uganda, would do fish and sonzi. And sonzi is mud fish from the swamps. So nobody says that people should not use wetlands. The question is how. Now, when we have enough time, we are not going to use violence to evict people. But when we have enough time, we shall discuss. We already have facts which we can discuss. Because now the rice growing is underutilizing the wetland and misutilizing. Because when you grow rice there, you dry the swamp. Swamp is dry. And yet we need water for irrigation. We need water for irrigation on the Rukaru around. When I dry, so you had 5 kilometers, 6 kilometers, 7 kilometers of Olukalu, dry land. And like 200 meters across of swamp. That area, it was a church of, I don't know who, somewhere, a few months ago, here in Busoga. Yes, that
Saint Gonzaga.
Gonzaga.
Saint Gonzaga.
Yes. I remember now. So you can go and check the area there. Because the Olukalu land is more, much more than the wetlands. And the Olukalu is not irrigated. There's no irrigation. Why? Well, first of all, maybe people have not bothered. But even if they bother, they need water now. Suppose our people now decide to irrigate. Amadi banaga torawa. Amada galiokumpi have been dried up. So that's why we are saying that you are misusing and underusing. So recently when I was in Bukedi, who are the experts in rice growing, gets 140 million net from fish farming in 1 acre, while for rice we are getting about 5 million. So therefore, it's not a question of movibadi, no. It is a question of how do you use the vivadi more profitably, because fish farming would make much more money, but also bring back the water to irrigate the Olukalu and get much more yield than now. So kati chetuliko tusere everybody atene tusera n'Olukalu. We are underutilizing both. So it's not a question of those people who say, I want you to move out of the wetlands. They don't know that I'm indigenous from here. Zinduwa wano nansangwawo. Owabalala bavaawa naye nze nduwa wano. Byona bivi. It is a question of using the wetlands in the best way, economically and environmentally. Of course, there's also the environmental side. When I've been campaigning, I was actually, so there's that side of the environment. But even without the environment, even the economics alone, we need to use the wetlands in a different way. Rice can be grown, like the one of Doho is actually being grown well because it's not grown in the wetlands. They get water from River Manafa and divert it. It's irrigation which is good. So good. The issue is drying the wetlands, so that you, and by so doing, you get little money. You disturb the environment, but you deny also the Rukalu, the water for irrigation. And even the Bigugu, the mulching. There is a grass here, scientific name is Cyperus latifolia, Ebigugu. These were the ones we cut for mulching.
Ebitogo.
Ebitogo is the bigger, but there's shorter grass which you cut and you mulch the garden. Because of this environmental degradation, when I was in Ushenyi, I was supporting some farmers, and then they said, oh, you need to give us money to buy a pickup. I said, a pickup for what? Oh, we needed to go.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. My name is Othieno Fulgens. I am working with the 87.7 Baba FM, the Busoga Kingdom radio station. Your Excellency, you launched the construction of the standard gauge railway, and compensation was done, but not 100%. Your Excellency, some people have not yet been compensated and they are worried. What is the fate of these people who have not yet been compensated and they are within the line of the standard gauge railway? Thank you so much, Your Excellency.
I have not checked that. I would like, I can see Nakadama here. Who is here? Rebecca is the one who is there. Rebecca, who is the other one?
Your Excellency, we have the Right Honorable Secretary General and the Chairman of NRM, Honorable Jire, and the Regional Vice for Eastern Mr. Calvin Echodu.
Okay, then the Secretary General can check with the Minister of Works about the compensation and all that, and then come and tell somebody here to inform the public here. Answer that question by checking the facts. When will the people of standard gauge who are not compensated, when will they be compensated? You take the lead to wrong.
The third question is Ibra. Ibra Shamir.
Naomba Wakenya kutuelewa. Okay, webale ino mzee. Ninze Ibrahim Shamir. Atera ninze byachika. Ensonga yange. Naomba Wakenya kutuelewa vizuri. Niulize hiyo swali kwa lugha ya Kiswahili. Tena mzee, kumbuka tulikuwa na siri yetu, lakini sijapata bahati ya kuona. Uliniandikia, niliona ujumbe, lakini sijapata bahati. Naomba nipe nafasi tumalize.
Your question, please.
Swali nasema, mambo imezungumzwa mingi. Wakenya na watu wa Uganda wameanza kuogopa tunaenda kuelekea vita kuhusu jambo lililozungumza ya Indian Ocean. Vizuri tuko hapa na waziri wa Afrika Mashariki Mheshimiwa Rebecca Kadaga. Naomba ufafanue vizuri, Wakenya watuelewe, kwa kuwa najua vizuri watu wa Kenya wanapita hapa Usoga, wengine wanaweza wakaanza kuogopa tena shida gani. Naomba wafahamishe vizuri. Na jambo la mwisho la Kisoga, ensonga yaba independence NRM leaning tusaba ojigazi NRM leaning tusaba ojigaziyemu wotambulire ku toli kujibona mu buzibu bona. Hiyo ndio mambo yangu. Asante sana.
No, I will have to answer in English. English is better, easier. The one of the Indian Ocean, the Minister of Kenya was here last night. Minister Mudavadi was here, and we discussed. And what I was saying in Mbari is what I have said here today. The Amatoforo Musanvu. NRM Getadeku Uganda. The sixth safari is economic integration for prosperity. But when we integrate economically, we answer the question of prosperity. Ugandans produce products, Kenyans buy them. Kenyans produce products, Ugandans buy them. And in so doing, we support our prosperity. Economic integration answers the issue of prosperity. But the issue of strategic security, this is where I talked about the Indian Ocean. Even if we are together in this African community, we don't plan defense together. You find Kenya has got their own defense, Uganda has, Tanzania has. And I think you were here when I was telling people that some people are on the moon now. The Americans are on the moon. The Chinese are on the moon. The Russians are there. Now the Indians have gone to the moon. The ones here are ourselves. Those people on the moon, they are looking at us like insects. Like you see, you look at these vidudu which eat sugar. You look at them, you can spray them anytime. So what I was talking about was some of the countries in the world be superior in the Air Force, be superior in the Navy. That's why I talked about the Indian Ocean. And be superior in space, in satellites. And the countries near the shores, they are there, but maybe they may not have capacity, financial. So that's why I was talking of political federation. So that we maximize our potential. That's what I was talking about. Now about the independence should not, even if they are disgruntled, they should listen to our advice. Our advice was, mukayanira bwerere, ekintu kino kyangu okulondoola. Because the Kamyufu happened during the day and by lining up. So these people counted your agents, but even the whole population, they would see who won. Now, for somebody to go and change that, because the witnesses are too many, unless your agents are the ones who abandon you and tell lies. But otherwise, it is easy to know what happened. So that's why I said, instead of, first of all, if you stand in a constituency where there is opposition, that's really blind, that's blind too. So that you get equal portion. The one who is not the must say, yes, that's a good solution. The real mother said, please, wakira omwana mutwale. Instead of killing the child, you take him. Solomon said, this is the real mother now. So, if there is opposition candidate there and you stand to split our vote, that's a betrayal. But secondly, even if it is only our people, still you disturb the population. You put them under pressure. Sometimes you divide them to be loyal to you or to the other person. So that's why our advice was, if you can bring evidence quickly, the tribunal can help you to cancel the results and do the needful. But even if you don't get the facts quick, altering your results is a criminal offense. It's not just a civil case of election, it is also criminal. So if you can get evidence, this person can even go to jail. If the evidence is very, very clear. And it doesn't matter whether the time has passed, whether he's now elected as a member of parliament, he will be held accountable. So you get the facts properly. Instead of now, my advice to the independents is don't donate those constituencies to the opposition. But secondly, even when you are all NRM, mutawanya bantu baffe, you disturb our people. And thirdly, the real answer is to do patient research, get facts, Even this person can even be handled criminally. Can go to jail, including losing position. Okay?
Hello. The last question is from Medi Dakaba.
Your Excellency, nkulamuyisa ino engeri gy'okubye nti oli waawano nja kubuuza mu Lusoga. Ninze Medi Dakaba mukoirimo nkola ni NBS FM. Your Excellency, ba political opponents bo mu Busoga bwe tubakyaza kumpewo bakikutaako nti Busoga niwe ogikuumira mu bwavu mbw'okikola kigende. Your Excellency, mu kutambula kw'otambwire ofunye memorandums kamaala okuva mu districts nga bali kusaba oba bali kukobera ebizibu bya Busoga. Twenda okweyambisa omukisa guno, Your Excellency, otukobereku.
We'll go to Gehenna. So I'm not worried about them at all. Because they are liars. Our message is not only to Busoga. Our message, as I've been saying in my speeches, the work of mobilization and socio-economic transformation started in the 1960s. And we started mainly in the west and central, in the cattle corridor, where we taught people what I've been telling people here. Obugaiga, okukora ebyobugaiga with the kibaro. Those people in the cattle corridor eventually listened to us and they changed. So when we came into the government, we had the same burden. How to get the families into wealth, all families. And we recommended what to do for the whole country, not just Busoga. In the 1996 manifesto, some people responded, others did not respond. And we have been changing programs, NADS, Operational Wealth Creation. Now we are with PDM. So, much better off because of coffee. Because coffee is one of the enterprises I had recommended in 1996. Kalangala, they are doing very well. Palm oil, although that's a new one. But when it came, we supported it. In Bundubujo, they are doing very well with cocoa, palm oil, even coffee. In Kalanga, they are doing well with palm oil. In the cattle corridor, they are doing well with dairy, with milk. Therefore, in the case of Busoga, it is a question of they are part of Uganda. I've been talking to them all this time, and all other Ugandans. It is for them to concentrate on this obulezi, which we identified. But to say that I'm the one who's keeping them, these are just the cheap lies which are told by enemies of the ones who can talk like that. Okay?
Your Excellency, I want to take this opportunity to thank you very much and thank everybody who has worked tirelessly to ensure that we have had a very successful tour of campaign in the Busoga sub-region. While you are speaking, we have Right Honorable Rebecca Kadaga joined us in the press conference. Also be winding up the region. I want to take this opportunity to invite the chairman of the region to wind up this by moving a vote of thanks, because after tomorrow's meeting, we shall be crossing over to Kisoro, to the Kigezi sub-region, to begin with another regional vice. Bwana Calvin Chodu, Secretary General, do you want to make remarks? Right, let me invite the Secretary General first, so that he can make remarks, wind up, and then invite the regional vice. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, and we just like to thank the people of Busoga for the reception we got with our candidate, and for mobilizing people in the big numbers, and for giving us good memorandums in all the districts. Okay. The issues that were raised in the memorandums, some were captured in our manifesto, which manifesto shall be brought to the parishes as we continue deepening the discussions in the plans we intend to have in the next administration. That is all I can say for now. We just thank everybody, and we pray that the President's messages should be taken down to the persons who did not come to the rallies, because these are messages of transformation. Like we said in the rallies, the President is not campaigning, because someone to campaign would be someone who is not known, his policies are not known. For our candidate and our party, we have been around for some time, and Ugandans have benefited a lot from the generosity and the depth of knowledge of our President. So he has been teaching Ugandans, as always he has done, to enlighten us a little more deeper into areas of wealth creation and the areas of prosperity, development, and so many areas that he has been touching on. And we pray that these lessons should be amplified during our parish meetings with the various leaders that shall be at the parish.
Grateful for the message teaching us about the 7 matafales that you and the NRM contributed to the building of the Uganda society. We also thank you for interacting with the media, which has been very helpful and in circulating the message, even though some of it has been misunderstood that Uganda wants part of the Indian Ocean. But thank you for the clarification that we mean political and economic federation. Your Excellency, I also want to thank the NRM Secretariat, especially the Secretary General, who worked with us in the Eastern region. His team was very cordial and very helpful, and I think we had no issues, and we are grateful to his team. I also want to thank the chairpersons of the districts. I think they worked well with you, and they mobilized, they rallied people behind you. Want to thank the leaders, political leaders in the Eastern region, especially Busoga, for their support. Excellency, Eastern region is rallying around you, and I think we are going to get good results. Allow me to pass a mic to the Minister to make her remarks. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. On behalf of the people of Busoga, we want to thank you so much for a week of action, a week of information, a week of innovation and collaboration. And of course, the economic irrigation, since we started, as we have been discussing, we shall deliver. So thank you so much. We wish you well in the next region, and we shall meet after the 15th Of course, you're free to come back for a day or two before the elections if you wish. But for now, we want to wish you good speed. And thank you so much for coming to Busoga. And I thank the team of the Secretariat for the work done. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Mubaleno.
The journalists can now take leave because His Excellency has another meeting with a different group, which does not need the media.